Oh yeah. It's the Suede Covington show. It's your man, Suede Covington. What's up? What's up? It's your man Suede Covington on this real snowy day out in Detroit, Michigan. Like, the snow started late. They said the snow was supposed to start at 7 a.m. The snow didn't start till like about 10, 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. this morning, 9:30, 10 a.m. And it started. So now the snow is starting to accumulate. It's slush because it was rain first and now it's snow. So Michigan weather. And they didn't already gave the children 2 days off. They didn't even have to do that. The snow wasn't even that bad today. It was rain. They could have went to school. And then the snow to come pick them up wasn't that bad. Now, overnight, tonight, if it continues to snow, then yeah, that's a big problem. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? All that means is if you snowed in, just check out, catch up on the episodes of the Suede Covington Show. The best thing on the planet, baby. Man, you catch the past episodes on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Man, it's a bunch of shows that you might have missed. Hey, check them out. You got the time, you binge watch all the other shows. You know what I'm saying? Why not binge watch the Suede Covington Show? We got episodes on WJZZ Cool TV and episodes on WDDS Dirty Television, Dirty TV, the dirtiest station in the world. You know what I'm saying? Detroit Double D's. It's Suede Covington episodes on both of those channels. So why don't you catch up? You at home, you don't have nothing to do. Check out the Suede Covington Show. The past episodes. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Get caught up on everything. I mean, that's what I would do. If I was you, then I'd, catch up on shows and Suede Covington Show. And man, so it's a lot of things that's changing around. The Dollar Tree. I don't know if you've been there or if you even care if you notice, but nothing is $1 no more. There's no more dollar items at the Dollar Tree. Dum dum dum. They are now $1.25. So if you go in there with $1.06 to purchase one item, don't do it. You get embarrassed. You better go in there with $1.25, $1.25. That's what it is. I mean, that's when you know the times is changing and the economy is going crazy and inflation. Because the dollar store no longer is $1. The Dollar Tree is no longer $1. It's $1.25. So you can no longer go in there with $5.20 and pick up 5 items. That's not gonna work no more. Each item is $1.25. 2 items is $2.50. You know what I'm saying? 3 items is $3.75. And man, that's crazy, right? Times has changed too much. Too much going on. Now, the craziest thing I heard, right? There was a 40-person brawl at this restaurant. You'll never guess. All right, I'm not going to make you guess that long. At Golden Corral over steak. Who in the world is at Golden Corral fighting over steak? Because they said it was a steak shortage. Dude, Golden Corral steaks ain't even all that great. Like, for real? I don't even get it. Man, that's terrible. I mean, they was throwing chairs. They were throwing high chairs. They was throwing forks, spoons, plates, but they wasn't throwing steaks. They said it was a steak shortage. So when nobody threw, hey, that was one thing that I would say when I was watching the video. You catch it on social media. I think it's on Twitter. But nobody was throwing food. Like you would think that's a food restaurant, And that would be the perfect time to have a food fight. But nobody was throwing any food. They serious about their food at Golden Corral. People who go to Corral don't mess around. They go in there to eat. You know? I mean, your man Suede, that's, if somebody in the family want to go, but that's not Suede, your boy Suede Covington's choice of restaurants is the Golden Corral. Nah, man, going up there and trying to see what you want to get. The macaroni and cheese not done right, in comparison to another restaurant, they got the sauce cheese. You got the mashed. I mean, the only thing I really do eat when I go to Golden Corral, maybe some chicken wings, and then maybe some fish or something like that. And that's, and the salad most definitely. But that's the extent of it. You know what I mean? I may get some rice, but going up there to get like a straight up meal and be full and like, oh man, that was the best ever. Nah, that's not gonna happen. And not for I think it's like $30 or something like that. Nah, I could take that $30 and go to the food truck on I-75 right there in Jefferson area and grab a nice little meal. They got a nice little steak sub or whatever the case is. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? I can go to a Greasy Spoon Slider Burgers, the Sonny's right there on Schoolcraft. You know what I'm saying? The 96 area and grab some burgers for $30 and have some change left over. Go to Corral just ain't gonna do it. But 40 people brawling over a steak shortage at Golden Corral. That is crazy. Like, for real? Like, well, yo, I mean, like, they were throwing punches. I mean, they was going for blows. It was serious. They was standing off. People on this side of the room, and then you had people on that side, and they was throwing chairs. I mean, they was throwing them hard too, like throwing them like 50 miles per hour chairs being thrown in high chairs. Why you want to throw the baby high chair? So now you done broke the baby high chair. Now how the baby gonna sit there and eat the food? You don't want the baby sitting in your lap messing your clothes up, and you done messed up the high chair. What is, man? Look. It wasn't that serious. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. So that was crazy. I am still in disbelief. I would never believe that a 40 person brawl would be at a Golden Corral over a steak shortage. And then you hear people in the background like, "Oh, I wanted was some steak." You wasn't expecting to get into a brawl. You going to go to Corral for some steak, man. Come on. It people in line standing up there. Hey, look, because I know I'll be up there when I did go and get the steak. I'd be like, he cut you that little small piece, and you like, can I get another one? You know what I'm saying? And then the dude behind the glass who cutting the steak and look like, and I'm looking back like, give me another piece. Don't you know what I'm saying? You give me this little small piece of steak. And be like, yeah, okay. Like, no. I need a little bit. I'm here. I want steak. So that means give me a big piece of steak, a nice sized piece of steak, not a little small pieces of steak. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't chop my steak up for me. Cut me the big piece and let me go on about my way. But you got people who stand there and want the whole steak. Can I get the whole steak? No. You can't. That's not how this works. You get a nice size and you move on. No, and it's not even like it's filet mignon or a T-bone. I don't even know what kind of steak it is, but it ain't even like it's that popular. He cut me the little small piece. And then he cut with the ham. You go in there and he cut you a little small piece of ham. You're like, dog, for real? Like, dude, I'm like 200 pounds, 6 feet, man. How you gonna cut me a little small piece of ham? A small piece of steak? I think they should almost cut the portion size to the individual, because some people are a lot bigger, so you don't want to give them the whole steak. You be back there giving some of them cats a half a cow if you want to go by how big they are. You don't want to do that, but it should be somewhat a little bit bigger portion, just a little bit, man. Maybe I'm part of the steak shortage because I want an extra piece of steak. My bad. Taco Bell employee, some lady, lady came through. This woman came through and was having a bad night, and all she wanted was some Taco Bell. And they gave her free Taco Bell. You better watch out Because them Karens at the Taco Bell will be like, oh, so you giving out free food? You can't give out free food. That's stealing from the company. It's like, dude, the lady was having a bad day, and all she wanted was Taco Bell. We made her day. But you still gave away free food. You like, man, straight up. So, this lady, but the other end, she got praised, and they was like, oh, you did a good job. You know what I'm saying? You helped out somebody's day. But you always got the back end of that. Somebody always want to find something bad about what you're doing for people. So don't worry about it. Do good, and then good will come to you, right? Because, I've seen it before. You can't give food to the homeless. If you give food to the homeless, then they'll never stop coming up to the store. They think that they can always come and get a meal. For real? But if you think about it, if I'm homeless and I got a free Big Mac, then yeah, possibly I will be back to see if I can get another Big Mac. I mean, why not? The Big Mac is a delicious sandwich. Well, I used to eat the Big Mac. It's not healthy, they say, anymore. So I'm not really supposed to eat the Big Mac and mess with my diet. But whatever. I sneak a Big Mac in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be telling nobody either that I snuck the Big Mac in on my diet, because I like the lettuce, cheese, sesame seed bun, the seasoned beef, and the special sauce. Lettuce, cheese, the special sauce. I like the Big Mac. I mean, the quarter pounder is cool, but, when I eat a Big Mac, I feel like a Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a Mac when I eat the Big Mac. So when I get through eating a Big Mac, my confidence level is here. Like, yeah, baby, I had a Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? And if you eat a Big Mac, they say you are what you eat, baby. So if you eat a Big Mac, then you are a Big Mac. What's up, baby? Hey, I mean, it's true. It's true. It's true. You feel like a Big Mac. We're talking about Big Mac and relationships. Look, people. Ladies, if you know what I'm saying, you in a relationship with a guy, and the guys want to talk to you 24/7, want to keep you on the phone, want to know where you at. If you like, hey, we out at the bar, we at such bar, well, how long you gonna be? Who you here with? Like, come on, man, you know what I'm saying? At some point, you got to be a trust situation, because both of y'all gonna go crazy, and then this on the phone. All day, all night type situation. They want to talk. Come on, man. Cut that out. Y'all got a life to live, to create, to make the life that y'all have be together better. He got to go to work. He working on his projects to bring in income, to make the quality of life better. She out working on her projects, working her job to create the income, to make the quality of life better for y'all. Y'all got to work together. But if y'all always on the phone and under each other all the time, where the money coming in at? That's all I want to know. Like, how are you creating a better relationship if you talking to them 100% of the time? Or are you arguing on the phone? Like, come on. How are you arguing on the phone if the other person is at work? Why are you trying to argue with that person? You know what I'm saying? Like, cut that out. Like, if he at work and you have a problem, you don't call him arguing on the phone trying to make him argue back at you. That don't work. He could lose his job. You can make him frustrated. He can make a mistake. You could have his mind not focused on what he's doing or what he's trying to accomplish, and it all falls apart. You play a big role in that. You're supposed to be a supporter to him. And it goes for the guys too. Hey, look, fellas, you're supposed to be a support to your lady, not to break her down. And if you feel like you got to break her down to control her, then you already in the wrong state of mind. You shouldn't feel like you have to control somebody, because you can't. And that's where your insecurities come in at, because now you don't see her. So now you want to call her on the phone and start an argument to try to control her mental state even when she's not around you. That's not healthy. That's definitely not healthy. If you are in that type of relationship, you need to check out. You need to go leave. You need to, tell them you done, you quit. Like, hey, look, I quit. Or you need to tell him he fired. Or you need to tell her you fired. You not, you not holding up to the qualifications of the job. You supposed to be a support for me. You supposed to be there for me when I'm bad, going through the bad times, the good times. You supposed to be loving, caring, and make sure that I'm good in a good mental state so I can go out here and perform and do what I need to do to make the quality of life better. You know what I'm saying? Because then what that does now is questioning, to me, is questioning you, saying, well, what type of quality of life do you really looking for that you going through this? That's not healthy, stressful. And stress causes all type of ailments and illnesses in the body. Stress is real, and it really does affect you physically and mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, if you, for instance, if you messing with a woman and she messing with another guy, right? And you find out and she like, well, you know, he over here, and she try to provoke the situation where you got to come over there with the mag, and you know what I'm saying, you gonna whoop dude and all this other kind of stuff, and then you end up in jail, right? Now dig this. Whichever dude end up in jail, she gonna be with the other one. So why you locked up fighting this dude because he messing with your chick, which she really not your chick if she messing with somebody else, but now you locked up. You all locked up. You behind bars with a bunch of dudes, and my man out here sleeping in the bed next to her. So when you make your little prison call, be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, it's me. When she answer the phone, sleep, like, what you want, what's wrong, what you need. You like, baby, I love you, I need this. My man sitting right there. So you done did all of that for what? That's what I want to ask you. You did all of that for what? The same with the ladies. You know what I'm saying? You done went through, you done pulled mags on him and on her and checked her, you know what I'm saying, choked her up at the club, and for what? Now you locked up, and guess what? They still messing around. Or they not even messing around no more, but she messing with somebody else. Or he messing with somebody else. Because guess what? If they was messing with somebody else and you wasn't locked up, you think they not gonna do that while you are? Come on, people. Wake up! You gotta wake up. You gotta do this, man. This is life. You only get one chance at it. You know? When it's over, it's over. It's not like a game. You don't get 3 choices. You know what I'm saying? You don't get, you know, I got 2 lives left. It's not like Super Mario Brothers or any other game. You can't respawn like on Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto. It ain't none of that. Once you gone, you gone. So you got to live it to the fullest, to the best of your ability. And I'm just saying, look, stop with all the argument. You know what I'm saying? Cut it out. Check yourself. If you arguing and you calling the dude or the lady at work and you find yourself arguing, check yourself like, hey, why am I doing this? Like, what's the real reason? Let's get to the root cause of it. And a lot of times, the root cause is your own insecurities. Now, you get people who don't want to acknowledge that and be like, oh, I ain't insecure. Yeah, you are. How many times do you call that person a day? How many times do you text them a day? How many texts do you have? Now, I'm not saying not to text a person or call them, but the thing is, how many times you do it? That dictates what's really going on. If you every hour on the hour you calling, every hour on the hour you texting, like, whoa, you know, be a help to your mate. So it's like a helpmate, right? If y'all driving in the car, the driver of the car shouldn't have their phone for the navigation. The passenger should have the phone for navigation. So passenger, you pull out your phone and you navigate to where we going. You don't have the driver pulling out the driver. So now the driver got to look at the place where he got to go and steer and drive the car and try to have a conversation with you. Come on now. You're not doing, you know what I'm saying? You're not being a helpmate. That's just a small example. If you in the car, man, that's what if you in the car and y'all going someplace you don't know where the place is, the passenger, pull out your phone. Be the navigator. Is that the case? Why are you sitting in the front seat? You might as well sit in the back seat then. Look, if you're not going to navigate and do your job in the front seat as a passenger, you got to go. The passenger is there to navigate where we got to go, right? If the traffic is stopped, passenger, you supposed to look on your side as far as you can see, how you can see, and say, hey, no, it's blocked up, it's not blocked up. I see it opening. You may want to go this way. That's what you do, not just sit there and be like, for real? No. If you riding with Suede Covington, you got to be the navigator, you know? And if we stop and get fast food, you the sandwich person. I'm sorry. You the sandwich person. You got to set the fries up. You got to open up the sandwich, make it biteable. I mean, that's just it. You got to put the straws in the pop. That's your job. Because you the passenger. You're not doing nothing else. Why you won't do that? Man, like, for real? For real. Yes, that's your job. To so we stop and we get Arby's. It's your job to put the Arby's sauce on there and put the ketchup on the curly fries. We stop at McDonald's, or you know what I'm saying, we stop at the Subway. We stop at the Subway. It's your job the sandwich is already cut in half. It's your job to take the sandwich, break it down, put it in the paper, the half in the paper or the half in the napkin, wrap it up so it don't drip on the driver clothes, and let him eat the sandwich or let her eat the sandwich. That's your responsibility as the passenger. I mean, what else you doing? For real, like, what you doing over there? Help out. That's crazy. You know, people just sit there like, hey, look, so what we got to turn? Well, I just text you the address. What? What you mean you text me the address? So now I got to take my eyes off the road. I got to pull my phone out. I got to go through the text, your text message, then get the address, then put it in the Google Maps or put it in the maps on the iPhone, and then decide if I want to go the 26-minute route or the 36-minute route, and then decide if I want freeways or no freeways, or I want pay tolls or no pay tolls. And then after I'm doing all that, I still got to drive the car? Quit playing. You better get over there and navigate and turn the volume up on the navigation, or watch it so we can have a conversation while we ride, and you be like, oh, you know, you got a turn coming up here at exit 22. Call the numbers out. If not, sit in the back seat. Sit in the back seat in a high chair. We're going to get you a booster seat. You can sit in the back seat because that's how you act. You acting childish. You know, the popular words, childish and irritating. You so irritating. So you so irritating because you won't do the navigation. You won't do your job. That's what you do. The navigator. You in the passenger seat. That's what it's about. And don't leave your trash in the passenger seat. Don't eat your food and chew your gum and all that and then get out. You know what I'm saying? For real. You just gonna leave the trash there. So you want me to clean it out. So now I gotta stop the car, go and reach all the way across, or nah, man, take your trash with you. Be a good passenger. If you in the car, be a good passenger. Stop playing. Be a good passenger and get the trash. Do the navigation. It's as simple as that. I mean, for real. Especially if you're in a relationship, you got to keep the car clean. Now, ladies, if you don't keep your car clean, that's one thing. Fellas, if you don't keep your car clean, but if y'all together, y'all ride, y'all can't be riding in trash and junk. Or can y'all? What's really going on? Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? You're watching the Suede Covington Show. The best thing on the planet. Don't you forget that either. You're watching live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, man. For real. It's like this is the coolest station ever. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you got your man Suede Covington. The best thing on the planet, baby. Right here live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. This is live. You know what I'm saying? You look at a lot of other shows on YouTube and Instagram or whatever. They not live. This is live right here. All my mistakes, you catch them, you see them because it's live TV. There's nothing being edited. This is uncut and raw. You can't get no liver than this. You know what I'm saying? This is not pre-edited. It ain't edited at no point. This is straight up live TV. That's all it is. It's live TV right here, baby. I got the Suede Covington hoodie on right here. You know what I'm saying? Support your man. Support your man, Suede Covington. The Suede Covington show, baby. Now, so, now dig this here. So, as an innocent Christmas gift, right? A family, a mother and father, decide to give their daughter a DNA test so she can know her ancestry. So they went to Ancestry.com because they thought she was Italian. And they got her the DNA test. Come to find out, now this is the kicker though. Come to find out, she wasn't Italian. And remember, they're a married couple, and they found out that he wasn't the father. So not only was she not Italian, but that wasn't her real father. So for 28 years, all three of them believed that that was her father. So, you know, it was like, oh, no, wait. Now, you thought that she might have been out creeping or had a side guy or side piece or sneaky link. No, that's not what happened. What happened, come to find out, what happened was that she went to a fertility clinic. Yes, a fertility clinic. And they mixed it up. They mixed it up. They mixed it up. It was another couple there. And they found out there was another couple there. And they went to the same fertility clinic. So I guess you could say her real biological father, you know, his wife, they couldn't have children. So, you know, now we know what their problem was. Obviously, the woman couldn't, you know what I'm saying, carry the children. But he made another child somewhere else. So that's kind of crazy, man. You know, that artificial insemination, you know, trying to create the perfect child or whatever the case is, man, it gets into detail. It's crazy how we try to manipulate Mother Nature and, you know, the natural genetics of how, and the order of how things work. And this is what the outcome is. Anytime you have a human involved in it, you get some type of error. I mean, that's a fertility clinic. So somebody in the office messed up. Somebody in the office switched the cups, wasn't paying attention to what they were doing, and it messed up. Now they got a whole kid that they've been raising for 28 years, and that ain't even his. So I mean, and look, they was teaching her Italian. They sent her over to Italy, so you know you get with his people, his bloodline. So, and then she's not even Italian. So the question is, at that point, what do you do? I mean, it's 28 years in the game. Do you still treat her like your daughter? I mean, some people will be, you know, I guess you would call it petty, and say, well, you know what, that ain't my daughter. I mean, no, I don't know where you go from here, you know? It's like all of you know this, and now there's a uneasiness about the whole thing. So it's like, well, you know what, that ain't really my daughter, so I ain't got to give her everything I gave her. I can give her half the stuff. Do the people over in Italy diss her like the mob do? You know, the mob be like, you know, it's like the mob is like, if you're not from the old country or your bloodline is not part of the old country, you can't be a made man. So, like, the question is, did they accept her? Because, you know, Italy is on that family ties for real, for real. So it's like, you know, this is the granddaughter or the great granddaughter, but do we accept her? She not of the bloodline, no lineage. You know what I'm saying? No lineage. So it's like, well, what's the deal? Like, how do you move from there? And that's what I want to know. Like, how do you move from there? Because you know, and everybody responds a little different. But at the end of the day, you know that's not your daughter, or you know that's not your child. And I know some people say there's no love lost. And there are people like that. But then you got other people that's, you know, like, like, yeah, that ain't really my blood. I mean, that's my daughter in the sense that I raised her and, you know, gave her the knowledge on how to succeed in life, but is that really my daughter? That's not really my daughter, like, you know? So, I mean, that's something to think about, right? I mean, even when You do the DNA test and you're not sure about a child, and the DNA test come back, you raise the child 10 years old, and now all the child know is you as a father and love them. And then even when you tell them you're like, I'm not really your biological father to a kid, a lot of times that they don't even understand what that means. And like, yeah, okay, you sit them down like, you know what, we got to talk to you. He's not your real dad, and the DNA said he's not your dad. And the kid looking at like, yes, he is. This is the person I've been calling daddy for 10 years. So I don't understand what that means. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. Like at 28, you want to see what her viewpoint is. Like, what does that mean to her? So it's like, how does she feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, did she go like, man, this ain't really my dad? Like, wow, I want to know my biological dad. Now that's a question to you. You 28 years old, you find out that let's say your mother is not your mother. And they did a Lifetime movie on that too. Your mother is not your mother. At 28 years old, you find this out. And let's say it is by accident, some type of mix up at the hospital. Are you mad? You know what I'm saying? And then you find your real mother. Do you really feel a need to make a bond with your biological mother after 28 years of this woman being your mother? Why do you find it necessary to have a bond? I mean, now I can understand if you want like a medical history for cancer or kidney disease or hypertension or something like that, but what do you need to make a bond for this person? A bond with this person for? Like, why do you need to make a bond with that person? They haven't been in your life for 28 years. They wasn't trying to be in your life for 28 years because they didn't know about you for 28 years. So, is it necessary? Me? It's a mix-up like that? Look, I ain't even, what to say, it's a mix-up. Hey, I don't even need to know that person. If it's, some health issues, if you can give me some health issues, a list of health issues, that's good. But if I didn't know that you existed, nobody knew that you existed for 28 years, this is my mother, this is my father, I didn't know any difference, now you're getting a DNA test to tell me that you're not my biological father or my biological mother, after 28 years, hey, it's a wrap. I don't need to know you. This is my family right here. I mean, that's how it should be. But you get people like, well, I need to know my biological father. For what? I need to know my biological mother. For what? Was it a mix-up? Or was I kidnapped? Now, if I was kidnapped and I found out, that's a different story. If my mother put me up for adoption or my father put me up for adoption, maybe I want to know like what was really going on in your life to have to make that decision. And that's probably all I want to know. I probably wouldn't want to know anything else. Like, all right, I needed to know that. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful life. You've been living without me. I've been living without you. So, But you have other issues like you get child support issues where the mother keep the child away from the father for years. That's a different story. Now, if my mother kept me away from my father for years and I found out that my father was trying to get at me, you know what I'm saying, trying to check on me, or that's different because that's a third party purposely trying to block a bond between a child and a parent. So if the father was trying to do that, keep the child away from the mother, because the mama ain't no good, man, let the child make that decision. You know what I'm saying? If you raising a child the correct way, the child will come to you and be like, look, I don't really want to go back over there. You know what I'm saying? Mama was tripping. Or, like, I don't want to go to father. My father was tripping. I just, wanted to try to make a bond. Or they weren't. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to block that bond because it's inconvenient for you. Because you get a lot of women or a lot of men who try to block that bond between a child and the other parent because of their own selfish reasons. Because they feel like, oh, you know what, you don't need to see him anyway. But as long as he paying child support, hey, that's all he good for. Really? I mean, you was in a situation, you know what I'm saying? You was in a relationship with this person at some point, maybe. Maybe you weren't. Maybe it was a one night stand. You know what I'm saying? It just, just happened to happen. That's a bunch of different situations. But, ladies, if you out here blocking the child from building a bond with the father because it's inconvenient for you, because your new boyfriend or your new husband, look, when you decide to have that child, like they say, it's women's choice, women's rights. Hey, support it. But the child needs a father, and the father exists, and you know the father. Then let the child see the father. Men, it's the same way. Let the child see the mother. Don't be that blocker because your new wife or your new girlfriend, it's inconvenient for you. Dude, that child didn't actually be there. So don't inconvenience the child, because that's all you doing. You messing the child up. Because now it's like, well, no, this is your family over here. That's your mama. No, that's not how that go. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to talk bad about the other parent. You don't have to put the other parent down. Because the child will make the determination themselves. If the nature of that person is not to be nurturing, the child will pick up on it and be like, you know what? I'm not going over there next weekend. I really don't want to go over there. You know what I'm saying? But then you have a discussion. And then if this is your new boyfriend or new wife or your new husband or whatever it is, then that's when you bring the discussion in and say, hey, look, we're dropping the child off over his mother's house. We're dropping the child off over the father's house. And this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to be adult enough and to think of the best interest of your child. Because when you have that child, the life is no longer yours. It's the child. It belongs to the child. The child gets a certain age, which is 18, responsible for himself or herself, and can make decisions on his own. And then you can go live your life. Hey, look, you supposed to move out at 18 and go to college. Or you supposed to get a job and you got to move out at 21. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then make that determination and you say, you know what? I got to think of the best interest of my child, the safety of my child in all situations. And if this person like, well, why you got your son? I don't really care about your son. Send him over. No, don't do that. No, that's not what this about. What this about is my child. And I made the decision that this child get 21. My responsibility is to be for the child, to supply all the child's needs till he's 21. And when he's 21, then you could, at that point, you could literally be like, dude, you got to get out. You got to move and start your own life. I raised you to be independent. Now, this dude come over, he like, yeah, your son live with you? Yeah. Oh, but nah, you like, hold on now. Dude, hey, you 21 now. It's time for you to get up and get out. Get your own going. I'm here to support. You know what I'm saying? Me and my new relationship is to support you to a certain extent. But you're supposed to be grown at this point, and you raise your child to be self-sufficient, be grown. That's like allowance. People like, I'm not giving my child allowance. I'm not paying my child to do chores around the house. Okay, so how else do you show the child finances? If you don't get a child allowance, explain to me how you showing the child finances. Show me, tell me. The allowance is what? They do the chores, they get paid. It's like a job. You do the work, you get paid. Then the child takes the money and is supposed to budget the money. Learn how to budget the money. What? Yes, that's what it is. The child takes the money, gets the allowance, right? They do the chores, they sweep, they mop, look after the dog, whatever chores that you get a child, right? And all this is showing a good work ethic. Hey, you got to do this. If you don't do this, you don't get paid. What's the saying? You don't work, you don't eat. You don't eat, you don't sleep. Boom. Allowance is showing the child how to budget money. Showing the child how money works. Like, hey, I did this job. I get paid. There's some things that I would like to have. And boom, I save my money and I purchase those items. You know what I'm saying? Or, then you teach them about borrowing money. If they want to come borrow, hey, can I get advance on my allowance? Yeah, but it's interest. What's interest? Money that you have to pay me for borrowing the money. You're teaching the child about economics. You're teaching the child about budgeting. You're teaching the child about saving money. You're teaching the child how to spend the money. And that's what you have to realize. So a lot of people, I don't want to give my child allowance. I want to pay my child. Well, how else is your child learning how to budget money? Are you sitting down and going through the books with them? Are you sitting down going through with the checkbook? Are you getting your bank statements and going down and say, hey, look, this is what I make. This is what I spend on rent. This is what I spend on rent or house note. Excuse me. Your rent or your house note. This is what I spend on the light bill. This is what I spend on the gas bill. This is what I spend on our cell phone bills. This is what I spend on Wi-Fi. It's a lot, ain't it? This is what I spend on Netflix. This is what I spend on Prime. This is what I spend on Amazon Prime. This is what I spend on HBO Max. This is what I spend on Stars. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not breaking that down to show the child where the money is coming in at, how much you spending on these bills, and that these bills exist, how do you expect your child to live and survive? That's a question. You don't want to give them your allowance, not showing them how to budget money. You don't want to show them the money that's coming in and paying the bills. How is your child supposed to learn about budgeting money in the real world and take care of themselves and paying their bills if you don't show them this? You got to show them some kind of way. And it has to be repetitive in order for them to learn. And if it's not repetitive, it's not going to stick. So I ask you, how? How is your child supposed to learn? And don't sit there and say, oh, they know, because they don't know. They children. They come in this world a big sponge with no knowledge. The things that they get their knowledge from is they absorb it from their environment. They absorb it from the environment. That's the only way for them to get the knowledge. And if you're not giving it to them, how they getting it? That's all I'm saying. And then you wonder why, Mama, the child 30 years old, Mama, can you buy me a car? Can you fix me some food? Can me and my girlfriend live with you? What? Look. There is no way no 25-year-old grown man or no 25-year-old grown woman is moving back in my house with their girlfriend. The only way that'll happen is if the house burned down, or something tragic happened where one of them lost their job and they couldn't keep up the payments or something like that. But just because, no. First of all, I taught you how to budget your money, how to spend your money, and what's a priority. Your car note is a priority. Your rent is a priority. Your lights and gas is a priority. Netflix can come or go. If you ain't got Netflix, oh well, you better get somebody else's account. But that's a come or go. You don't not pay your car note or your house note because of Netflix. You know what I'm saying? And then, here's the key. Here's another one right here for you. If you got your car note in one account and your car note is coming out your account, and you got Netflix and all these other little things coming out your account, Afterpay, Netflix, Karma, whatever you got, these extra payments coming out of your account, don't pay your car note out of that account. You get a whole nother account. Why? Because those little charges, you don't keep up with them, and you put your $5.50 in there for your car note, and there go $30. You're like, what? Wait a minute, hold on, no, I didn't want that. Hey, it's paid now. You ain't getting that money. You ain't getting that money back. You know what I'm saying? You can't call Netflix and be, hey, Netflix. Yeah, this your man. Hey, y'all took y'all $12.75 out too early. Can y'all put it back? They gonna go click. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say, sir, we can't even help you, or madam, we can't even help you. That's already been taken out of pay. You can't call a bank. You can't do nothing to get that money back. So if you, look, you need to open a separate account to pay your car note. You need a separate account to pay your rent or your house note, right? That's for all the people who, that had that issue. And I've heard in conversation, and I've been around a couple of places, and people have had that happen to them, and they put the money in, and here come a $30 charge. But that was not now the bank not going to go pay your car note because your account's short. They're not going to overdraft it. So, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to overdraft your account because the $30 or the $40 that took out because of Netflix, Amazon. Man, that's not going to happen. So, hey, there you go. That's a note. Grown man rule. Grown person rule. Get another account and switch your auto pay for your car and your house note or your rent into that separate account. Now, you could put both of those in there. Both of those in there, because they'll take the house note, and they'll take, so if everything is $1,000 together, they're gonna take the $500, and then all that's gonna be left is the other $500. That's it. It's as simple as that. Cause you making this money and you putting it into an account or whatever the case, however you doing it, and Netflix and HBO Max and Amazon Prime come, they snatch they $15-$20 and throw your house note off or your car note off. Now you mad because you can't even pay it, and then you wonder, you like, oh man. And the worst feeling in the world is to wake up in the morning and your car gone, and they didn't steal it, and they telling you 2 notes behind. You like, how I'm 2 notes behind? And you go to the bank, and the bank say, oh well, we tried to pay, but you didn't have enough money in there because Netflix took I keep saying Netflix gonna get mad. They gonna be like, Suede, Covington, could you stop using us as an example? We're not out here to take people money. We're out here to provide people a service. But anyway, they gonna take the money, and then you gonna be like, dog, I had the money for my note. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know why they tripping. So, hey, it's your man Suede Covington. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for tuning in this snow day. You know what I mean? Hey, much love to you. I appreciate all the love. You can check me out on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'm updating information all the time, pictures and places I go to eat. I got a new place coming up. Check it out. Instagram. I'll be there probably. I'll probably update it in about a couple of days. Go to this new place. I'm telling you, it's fabulous. It's out on Hall Road in Sterling Heights. It's called Portillo's. Man, they only had one. They didn't have any here. They were only in Chicago. The Italian beef, or if you want a Chicago hot dog, that's the spot to go to. Authentic is all outdoors. The Italian beef sub, man, it's superb. I'm telling you. So if you out that way, go check it out. Portillo's, yeah, man, it's slapping. It's a black restaurant with red neon lights around it. You know what I'm saying? The whole building is painted black with red neon lights. You can't miss it. Right at Lakeside. It's oh my God. I gotta go to Chicago to get these subs or these hot dogs, authentic. You know what I'm saying? You can't get it nowhere here in Michigan. This is the first and the only one right now. Is right there on Hall Road. So I'm telling you, check my Instagram out. You'll see it. I mean, I'm talking about it because I love it. I got people who go to Chicago and they tell me, they be like, hey man, I'm in the Chicago area. I say, grab me 3 of them. Grab me 3 and I get you when you come back, baby. That's the real deal. Hey, I'm your man, Suede Covington. This is the Suede Covington Show. The best thing on the planet, baby! You watching live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, man. Hey, much love to you. Check me out on Instagram. You know, I got the food and everything, and I'll be doing, and you know what I'm saying, other different things going on. But you can catch me live right here. And start next week, we're going to start taking calls. You know what I'm saying? They're going to put the number and we can call. We're going to have the time where you can call in and you can talk to Suede. You can talk to DJ, not the DJ. And if Mr. No Cap fall through, you can talk to him too. So, hey, I'm signing out. Suede Covington, the best thing on the planet, baby. Much love to you. You know what I'm saying? Stay real. Be peaceful. And no arguing on the phone, man, while you at work or while you not at work. Cut that out. You know what I'm saying? Leave that alone. Much love to you. Peace.